Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. And it is time for match week number 2 of the 22-23 Scottish Premiership season. Let's have a quick look on how everyone did in match week number 1. And it came off to an absolute flyer, didn't it? I got 7 points. It wasn't not a bad start actually. I had one perfect score, which was Kilmarnock 1, Dundee United 1, and I actually had four other outcomes, so I was very very happy with that. Top scorers in the comments were the highest scorers were James Dunlop and Sean Brennan, both come away with 9 points. So very very well done, James and Sean. It will be very, very interesting to see how well you guys do in the next one. So we will come on to match week number 2, and obviously get your predictions in the comment section down below. Thank you to everyone who has, taken part in the first one. So we will see what happens in match week number 2. And the first game to preview and predict is Aberdeen against St Mirren. Aberdeen did lose 2-0 to Celtic. Look, not the best of starts, it has to be said, but I thought for most of that game, Aberdeen were in the game. They were, I thought they played well against Celtic. Celtic did get the 2-0 win in the end. They did have a good couple of chances, though. Johnny Hayes had a chance, but it just went wide of, obviously Joe Hart's goal. But Aberdeen will be wanting to bounce back, and obviously Jim Goodwin is up against his former club as well. St Mirren, they'll be wondering how they didn't even get anything out of that game against Motherwell. Much the better side, but you have to say Liam Kelly and the Motherwell goal was absolutely outstanding. A number of fantastic saves to keep the score down at obviously 1-0 as well. And you know what? St Mirren, Stephen Robinson, he has been linked with Motherwell again. So it remains to be seen if he actually does go back to Motherwell. But if I was him, I'd probably stay at St Mirren, to be honest with you. I fully expect Aberdeen to bounce back in this game. I think they will bounce back definitely, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to the Dons. And now we have Motherwell against St Johnstone. Motherwell managing to get a 1-0 win at St Mirren. That was despite playing with 10 men and obviously getting an interesting penalty, I'd have to say. St Johnstone were on the end of a 1-0 defeat to Hibernian, and obviously will be without Murray Davidson as well. But Motherwell, they did win by a 0-0. Kevin Van Veen from the penalty spot. But my actual argument is, where's Greg Tanzer meant to put his arm? Because yes, his arm was out to his side, but where is he supposed to put his arm? It's here. It's here, and the ball struck him there. So, I think you have to say that was a bit of a fortunate penalty for Motherwell. They were rocked by the departure of Graham Alexander, and look, I did say last week that I didn't think Motherwell would have Alexander for the rest of the season, and look what's happened. He has gone as well. Ricky Lamy will be missing this game as well. Absolute shocker of a tackle. Absolute shocker of a tackle that he put in, and definitely a red card. Tackle as well. St Johnstone, as I have said, they will be without their captain Murray Davidson, who was shown a straight red card for a tackle on the Hibs player. Name doesn't go away from me. I think it was Joe Newell, actually. I think it was Joe Newell that he tackled. And I have to say that if Davidson goes, then the Hibs left back, Cabracha, I think it's Cabracha, how's he not going either? Two similar tackles. One gets a red card and one gets a yellow card. Consistency, folks, consistency. But I have to say, I think looking at these two, I think they will both be struggling this season, if I'm being honest. I am going to go for a 1-1 draw. I can't really separate these two, and I am going to go for a 1-1 draw. And now we have Rangers against Kilmarnock. Rangers up against it in the Champions League, losing 2-0 to Union Gallows. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, but they'll get them back at Ibrox. Kilmarnock started their season with a 1-1 draw with Dundee United. Rangers, in the end, got the job done against Livingston. And I have to say, I thought they played very, very well without really being threatening. If you get what I mean, but I think the pressure kind of told as well. But John Souttar had an absolute shocker of a debut. It was either that or Joel Nouble just absolutely dominated them. And I have to say as well, I am actually looking forward to seeing how well Rangers can do, because I think in the game against Livingston, look, Scott Arfield, great header. And then obviously James Tavernier, very good free kick as well. But they're up against it in the Champions League now. Obviously, second leg is this week coming up. Will Rangers look to that Champions League game? I mean, if they get through that tie, they do have Monaco or PSV, and that could be a very interesting game because, look, I think Rangers are definitely want to get back into the Champions League. I think that is definite for sure, but Rangers definitely are up against it. 2-0 down in the first leg, so it'll be interesting to see how well they do. But yeah, back in front of their fans at Ibrox, I think you'd expect them to win this one. Kilmarnock, as I've said, 1-1 with Dundee United. Ash Taylor getting an absolute beauty of a finish into the back of the net against Dundee United, and it was a good goal from Ash Taylor as well to get a 1-1 draw as well. I thought Kilmarnock actually played very, very well, and I think the reason I did say that Derek McInnes would keep this side up is he's a very good manager. He's a very, very good manager for this this league, and I do think he is the reason I think they're going to get stay up, in my opinion. This one, though, I think Rangers will bounce back from that Champions League defeat, and I'm going to go for them to win this game. I'm going to go for Rangers 3, Kilmarnock 1. And now we have Ross County against Celtic. Now, what I can say about Ross County is they may have lost 2-1 against Hearts, but I thought for the first sort of 25, 30 minutes, I thought they were the better side against Hearts. I really thought they played really, really well. Basically, watch out for Jordi Hawula. He looks an absolute prospect. I think he's on loan from, I think it's Coventry. He's on loan from. He is a fantastic player, by the way. He does twists, he turns. He actually had a shot that went off the underside of the crossbar and obviously bounced out. Sadly for Ross County, it'd have to be said. But I must say as well that people saying Ross County should have a better season, like they have been, I think they'll be all right. I think people will probably looked at the Ross County game and they'll be thinking, yes, they've got some very, very good players, but it's all about whether they can get goals. And you know what? Jordi Hawula looks very, very good, doesn't he? He looks really, really good. And obviously Jordan White gets the goal, which was very, very good for Ross County's sake. But I think people may have maybe underestimated Ross County. I think they may have underestimated Ross County. I've seen a lot of people, and me included, obviously, I have put them, to be, I think, 9th place or 10th. Maybe I have underestimated Ross County, but so far I do think that Ross County will be in the bottom 6. Sorry, I do think that they will be in the bottom 6, but it's way too early to find out. Anyway, Celtic, well, 2-0 win over Aberdeen, and let's be honest, Stephen Welsh get the first goal. It is an absolutely Well, shocking defender from Aberdeen, let's put it that way. But free header from Stephen Welsh, and he scores. Very, very good finish there. And then Jota with an absolute stunner into the top corner, gave Celtic a 2-0 win over Ross County. But I thought for most of that game, I thought Aberdeen did cope well with Celtic. And Celtic did have to wait a little bit to get that second goal, but I do think that it was a good win for the champions. So they go away to Ross County, and I have a feeling that Celtic will win this game. I'm going to go for Ross County 0, Celtic 2. And now we have the first Edinburgh Darby of the season, Hibernian against Hearts. Both of these sides on the end of very narrow wins in the end at the weekend. Hibs won by 1-0 at St Johnstone. And then Hearts managed to win by 2-1 against Ross County. But Hibs wasn't pretty, but they did get them 3 points. I think in the end, I think the goal was credited to Josh Campbell, where he got his head on it, and I think it was deflecting in. Anyway, but Hibs were very fortunate to not be down to 10 men because, as I said earlier, I think that if you give a red card to Murray Davidson, I think you've got to give a red card to the Hibs boy Cabraca, because I think it's two similar tackles and one goes and the other one doesn't. So I think Hibs definitely got away with one there. This is going to be an interesting game. Aidan McGeady is out injured, so that's a bit of a blow for Hibs. They are trying to bring Martin Boyle back. Now, I think if they bring Martin Boyle back, I think that will be a very, very good move for the Hibees as well. Hearts have managed to win 2-1 against Ross County. Alan Forrest, very happy for him. Obviously, ex-Livingston, of course. He did score the first goal. And then Barry Mackay took on, I think, about 3 or 4 players and managed to roll it into the back of the net as well. This Edinburgh Derbies are one of the hardest games to predict. Usually, you'd probably say 0-0. You'd probably say 1-1. But this season, I mean, Lee Johnson's first experience of an Edinburgh Derby, and obviously Robbie Nielsen will definitely be the more experienced manager going for this one. I'm sorry, Hibees, but I think Hearts are going to win this game. I am going to go for Hibs 0, Hearts 1. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be very, very exciting football. But I can tell you something. I think this is going to be a Hearts win. I'm going to go for Hibs 0, Hearts 1. And the final game on Sunday is Dundee United against Livingston. Dundee United will obviously be without Ian Harkes, who got 2 yellow cards at Kilmarnock. Livingston did lose 2-1 against Rangers, but I think there's positive signs to be actually saying that. Dundee United will obviously have one eye on the game against AZ Alkmaar tonight. And that could be interesting. That could be very, very interesting. And then obviously they have to go to Holland to go and try and beat AZ Alkmaar. Very, very tough place to go to. Very, very tough place to go to. But Dundee United, Dylan Levitt is a very good, interesting player. And I have to say, I've been very, very impressed with Dylan Levitt. What a finish from him against Kilmarnock, high into the roof of the net. And also, he is a very good signing for Manchester United. I think they've done very, very well to get him from Manchester United. But they are back at Tannadice, and as I've said, they do have that big game against AZ Alkmaar this evening. So it could be an interesting game, this one. Livingston, well, Joel Newbley is one name to look out for this season. He didn't score a goal last season and managed to pick his time when he scored an absolute cracking finish, it has to be said. I don't know what John Suter and Borna Barisic were doing, but you've still got to finish it. What a finish. Chips, John McLaughlin in the Rangers goal. Very, very good finish it was as well. Shamal George, I thought, had a very, very good debut for Livingston. I know he should probably do better for the Rangers winner, but I think in the end, I think he's made two wonder saves from Barisic that onto the post, and then Tillman misses for some reason. How he saved Tillman's shot, I'll never know. But if Livingston play like that, if Livingston play games like that, then they will definitely get results. They will definitely get results. And I've no qualms about us being in any relegation trouble this season. I honestly think that we'll be in the periphery of 6th or 7th. I really, really do. Last season, it was 1 win to Dundee United, 1 win to Livingston at Tannadice. So it could be a very interesting game, this one. How do I see it going? I just have a feeling Dundee United have one eye on tonight, and I think that they might maybe rest players against Livingston. But it is their first home game. But for me, if Livingston could play the way that they're doing, I think Livingston will get the victory. Be interesting to see if Philip Kankar plays, because he was a bit fortunate to survive a red card against Rangers, in my honest opinion. But yeah, and all this nonsense about David Martindale going on a Rangers podcast. He was a Rangers fan when he was younger. So people, get off your high horse. David Martindale, right, is a very, very good manager. He was a Rangers fan when he was younger. So all these nonsense about deliberately losing to Rangers. Look, I've no problems with it. Whatever David Martindale does in his spare time is up to David Martindale. I have no qualms about that whatsoever. But he'll be focused on the job in this one, and I'm actually going to go for a Livingston away win. I am going to go for Dundee United 1, Livingston 2, because I just think that Dundee United will have one eye on AZ Alkmaar. So there we go, folks. That is my predictions for match week number 2. Please get your predictions in the comment section down below. The games are going across the bottom of your screen, so please do get your comments in the chat as well. So I'm going to go for Aberdeen 2, St Mirren 0, Motherwell 1, St Johnstone 1, Rangers 3, Kilmarnock 1, Ross County 0, Celtic 2, Hibernian 0, Hearts 1, and Dundee United 1, Livingston 2. So thank you very much for watching. As you leave the video, please give it a like. It does help the algorithm. And if you are new, please consider subscribing. Thank you to everybody who has got me past 2K. I'm absolutely delighted that I've managed to get to 2K before, obviously, the Premier League season starts. So thank you very, very much. And enjoy the football. Obviously, Edinburgh Darby on Sunday, Dundee United Livingston on Sunday as well, and there are definitely a lot of games to look forward to. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for match week number 3 next week, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.